Let me read the question now. Calculate the number ways to arrange all the letters of each of the following words. As you can see here, you have keeper, seedless and institusi. These three words having one similarity, which is within the word inside, the letters are being repeated. Okay, usually when you are handling a permutation question, you will be handling some of the words which are not repeatable. Okay, but in this case, there are the words which is repeating. Okay, so this is considered a special case, guys, which I want you to take note. Okay, there are certain way for you to handle this type of cases. Okay, so without further delay, let us start to solve this question. Okay, let us take a look one by one. So how to solve the question that involves repetition of letters or numbers. Okay, so in this case, since it is a letter, so let's take a look. Okay, so from here we are handling the word keeper. Okay, so let's write it down. So K double E P E R. Okay, the first step is calculate how many letters that form into the word keeper. So let's calculate together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, in total you have 6 letters. Okay, so in total you have 6 letters. So the next step is calculate how many letters which is repeating. But before that, you need to identify which letter repeats. In this case, letter E is the one which repeating. Okay, so once you identify, okay, it is letter E, then calculate how many times it is repeating. So in this case, 1, 2, 3. So letter E is repeating for 3 times. So right here, E is being repeated 3 times. Okay, by the way, I'm writing this for your understanding, guys, but when in the exam time, you don't need to write this long statement. You can just write in a short form E in a bracket 3 times. Okay, it is understood. Okay, so let me just delete this and just move it over here. Okay, just put in the bracket 3 times. Okay, it is understood that the letter E is being repeated for 3 times. Okay, the remaining word K, P and R, okay, is not repeated. So from here, to calculate the arrangement for the word keeper, so let me teach you how to calculate this. So from here, number of arrangement is equals to, okay, 6 letters. Since you have 6 letters, it will be 6 factorial over here. Okay, this one is pretty similar as compared to the non-repeated letters, guys. Okay, up until here only, but there is an additional step that you need to follow. Okay, so 6 factorial. Why 6? Because you're having 6 letters that forming the word keeper over here. So let me underline the fraction over here. Okay, so 6 factorial. Okay, so the next step is you need to divide with the number of word which is repeating. Okay, E, since it is being repeated for 3 times, so you need to mention 3 here and make sure you mention a factorial as well. Okay, so this is the working to find the number of arrangement. So 6 factorial and you divide with 3 factorial. Of course, the factorial stands for 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 for the numerator. As for the denominator is 3 by 2 by 1. Okay, 3 times 2 times 1. Okay, so from here, so you calculate this. So 6 factorial you get is 720. 3 factorial you get is 6. Okay, so let me underline the fraction. So 720 you divide with 6. So from here you get your number of arrangement is equals to 120. So let me underline the solution for the question part A. Okay, assuming that this word doesn't have any repeated words, okay, that means that your number of arrangement will be 6 factorial. But then since this keeper has letter E which is repeating for 3 times, you need to divide with 3 factorial and see the difference over here. Okay, it's a huge difference when you involving repeated letters, guys. Okay, so I hope you understand the concept behind this. So this is the exercise that's involving the repetition. It can be numbers or letters, but in this case we are dealing with letters, guys. Okay, so let us continue with the part B. Okay, where in this case we are handling the word seedless. Okay, this one is considered easy example. Okay, once you understand this, let's go to a bit difficult one. Okay, so more challenging one. So seedless, S double E D L E S S. Okay, step number 1, calculate the number of letters involved to form the word seedless. Okay, so 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, so 8 letters. Okay, so from here, next step, identify which letters are being repeated. Okay, as we can see here, there are more than 1 letters are being repeated. Okay, I can see letter S is being repeated more than 1 time, and then followed by letter E. Okay, so you identify S and E is being repeated. Okay, once you identify, then the next step is calculate how many times the letters are being repeated. Okay, let us start with the letter S. Okay, so from here, S is being repeated for 1 2 3 times. Okay, so S is being repeated for 3 times. Okay, and then followed by E. So you calculate the number of repetition for letter E. It is 1 2 3, also 3. So E also 3 times. Okay, let's say you assuming that you have another letter here, you have letter L. You need to include the letter L as well, guys. Okay, how many repetition? You need to include all the letters, and then you need to include how many times it's being repeated. It will affect the number of arrangement in the upcoming calculations. Okay, so I'm just telling you, guys. Okay, so from here you have already listed down S is 3 times, E is 3 times. Okay, and you're having 8 letters. Okay, so from here your number of arrangement will be equals to, so since you have 8 letters, okay, you write here 8 factorial. Okay, and since you have repeated letters, okay, so you need to divide. Okay, let us start with S. Okay, since S is repeating for 3 times, you include here 3 factorial. Okay, followed by letter E, also repeated for 3 times. Okay, so these 3 times you need to multiply with the S repetition. So the number of repetition for S, you need times with the number of repetition for E. In this case, 3 factorial times with 3 factorial. Okay, so I hope you understand the working behind this. So from here you calculate this. So from here you should get your final answer 1120 arrangement. So this is your answer for the part B. Okay, so let me underline the solution. Okay, so let us proceed to the last example, which in this case is institusi. Okay, so from here, institusi, how many letters? Let us calculate. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 letters. Next step, identify which letters are being repeated. Okay, so from here, I is being repeated, and then T is being repeated. Okay, S is being repeated. Okay, and some more. Okay, I think that's all. Okay, so I, T and S is being repeated. So this part you need to be careful, guys. You need to identify which letters are being repeated more than one time. So once you identify this, then you proceed to the next step. You begin with the letter I. So you check how many letters I are being repeated. So you can see here you have 1, 2, 3. So I in this case 3 times. Okay, T 2 times. So T in this case is 2 times. S 2 times. Okay. Okay, so once you identify this, then you proceed to the calculation of arrangement. Okay, so from here, your number of arrangement will be equals to, okay, so the total number of letters is 9, so you include here 9 factorial. Okay, and then you divide with the multiplication of the repetition. Okay, so 9 factorial. Okay, this 9 is representing the total number of letters to form the word institusi. Okay, so you include the repetition for I, T and S. So since I is 3, so you include here 3 factorial. Okay, T is 2 times. Okay, so you times with 2 factorial. Okay, since S is also 2 times, so you times with 2 factorial. Okay, so let me extend the fraction line. Oops, it's not perfect. Okay, oops. So from here you calculate this, so your final answer will be 15,120 arrangements. So this is your final answer. So let me underline the solution for the part C. Okay, okay, so that is all for the step-by-step working and solution for this question. I hope you understand the full working that I've shown to you. If you like this video, make sure that you give a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure that you subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon for more upcoming mathematics tutorial videos in the future, and not to forget to share this video. Thank you everyone for your support, and I'll see you in the next video.